At shooting guard, 6 feet 4 inches, number 4, J.J. Redick. The man in the middle, 6'11", from Texas A&M, number 6, DeAndre Jordan. And at forward, 6'10", from Oklahoma, number 32, Blake Griffin. At guard, 6 foot from Wake Forest, number 3, Chris Paul. Doc Rivers is the head coach for your home team. Ladies and gentlemen,
welcome everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sidelines. It's Western Conference against the Eastern Conference here in Los Angeles, where the Clippers will try to protect home court. Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. The star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guards. Damari Carroll is out there with Scola, and it's Biyombo at the 5 down low. And guys, Bismack Biyombo, he got into a groove at the end of last season. After Al Jefferson went down, remember the month of April, he averaged nearly 9 rebounds a game, 2.5 blocks. He was all over the floor.
Yeah, and that's Bismack. I mean, he's that guy. He cleans the glass for you, intimidates shooters in the lane. He's not all the way consistent yet, but he's shown steady improvement.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Redick. And that one comes up a bit short. The Clippers on defense. Mbah a Moute with the steal. There's the dish to Paul. His 3-pointers off the mark.
Talking about Bismack Biyombo, he entered the league as an extremely raw prospect. Was the 7th pick in 2011. His shot and general awareness were the biggest concerns. But last season, he shot over 60% from the floor. The 2 seasons before that was only 45%.
And getting back to Biyombo for a moment, he has the potential for a breakout year. I mean, all the physical tools you would want. He's seen enough of the game. He's worked on those skills. Now it's time to just put it all together and become the player your potential dictates. And you see the way Blake Griffin plays. He is a force. Very hard to contain him when he gets in close just due to his strength and activity.
And Carroll gets it to go.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Redick with it. Now guarded by DeRozan. Rebounded by Luis Scola. For Griffin and his ability to create contact close, he's been called a bull in a china shop, something that I think Clark embraces.
Yeah, I think he'd rather be the bull than the china in that situation because of his strength and physicality. And I think that's the right mentality to have as a power forward.
Now here's Paul, and Mbah a Moute kicks to Jordan. Deflects the pass. Here's the break. Here's DeRozan. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
It's Redick on the wing. And the 3-ball is good. Redick's got his first 3 points of the game.
Boy, the 5th time's the charm. That's a big basket there.
Here's Scola. Here's Biyombo. And Jordan sends it back. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Griffin against Scola. Griffin's shot is good.
Could be the first of a lot of mid-range jumpers that we see from him.
The Raptors have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Here's Biyombo. Mbah a Moute pulls it in.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Redick passes to Mbah a Moute. And then Griffin with the dunk.
A signature slam right there from the big fella. How many of those have we seen before?
The last year Toronto won their division and got bounced out in the first round. Same result, Clark, they had back in 2014.
Yeah, but you know, despite that sameness, they were an improved team last season, Kevin. They did a lot of the small things better in total, and I thought looked better and more cohesive as a group.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Guys, I caught up with Doc Rivers for a minute. He told me there aren't many big men with the mobility and length of Jonas Valanciunas, and that he's a player they'll really have to account for, saying, quote, JV's still developing his skill set, but there just aren't that many people in the world of his size. And you factor in his motor, he can really impact a game. Guys, we'll see how they try to deal with him.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Now, Carroll, following the three-point attempt by Austin Rivers. The quick look, no good that time. Pierce dishes to Rivers. Green, the screen. Back to Pierce. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Well, Paul Pierce hinted that he could hang him up soon. He had that amazing run. Has nothing left to prove in the NBA. And I would say, of all the players in last year's playoffs, had some of the most dramatic individual shots we have seen from one guy in a long time.
He did, and you forget he's done that really over the course of his entire career.
Sure.
Just kind of funny to see him doing it in a Wizards jersey. But you talked about it. He's going to go down as one of the all-time greats, no doubt about it. So many big moments over the course of his career. And also, for all the kids out there, the best maybe footwork we have in our game, if you want to improve as a player, watch Paul Pierce's footwork.
.132 left to play here in the first. Green inside. Patterson's there. And the wide open shot from Green. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Well, the competitive nature was on display early in the career of Pierce. I mean, he has willed his teams to win his entire career and is baffled by anybody who doesn't want to win as bad as he does.
.116 left to play in the first quarter. Valanciunas, 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control a team's transition. And that competitive nature that you talked about with Pierce, that's really what sets him apart. He had so many great clutch moments in the postseason. Easily one of the most clutch players in recent memory.
.105 left here in the first quarter. Aldridge kicks to Rivers. In the corner, it's Crawford. High, arcing shot, and the layup is up and in.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
The Raptors have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Foul, that's good.
I'm not sure who was supposed to pick him up, but somebody's going to get an earful from the coach for leaving him that wide open.
Here's the screen. Here's Crawford. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Rivers can't get it to go.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
It's his first trip to the line.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as he'd like.
And guys, this has not been a season to remember for him at the free throw line, certainly to this point.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. The Raptors have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Here's Valanciunas. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
And he had the nice soft touch with it, too.
And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Not the guy you want to send to the line, Kevin. Well, they've been shooting their free throws with confidence and knocking them down. That's giving them an edge, no question about it.
Both free throws good from Crawford.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Back to Johnson. Plenty of space. Here's Aldrich. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
Both teams have it going here early. And a word from Chris Paul, who has a little something to say about the success of a very special and influential teammate, Blake Griffin. Of course, we know that Blake would say the exact same thing about Chris Paul. You know, Chris and Blake Griffin share so much in common when it comes to being the hardcore Clippers their owner brags about all the time.
And you think about it, Chris Paul is not easily impressed, nor is Doc Rivers, for that matter, but both of these guys have praised Griffin for how hard he's worked and how far he's come in his career.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
They're just very aggressive on the offensive side of the ball, attacking the rim in this first quarter. A lot of trips to the free throw line.
Taking full advantage of playing at home, and the fans have really helped them here.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Raptors. Scola out there with Bismack Biyombo. Then there's Lowry. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Powell in at the two-guard spot. Biyombo up top. Out to the wing. The three. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Kyle Lowry.
A wide-open three. They need much better communication defensively.
Ball against Lowry. Jordan with the screen on Lowry. Redick is in the corner. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Toronto's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yes, sir. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Shoots it up. Misses off the right iron.
But that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
DeRozan's shot is good.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Scola with a clean look. And no good. And a chance to take the lead. The Clippers have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Jordan the screen. Paul goes in. Kicks it out to Johnson. Passes to Griffin. Shot clock at 6. Goes up to the stripe. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Toronto working the ball around now. A shot by Lowry. Wide open. And that's good. A nice job on the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now.
Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, it reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Clippers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6.
And, you know, J.J. Redick has shown steady improvement in his game. He entered the league as a spot shooter off the bench. Last season, averaged over 30 minutes a game for the Clippers. He's come a long way.
Feeds it to Powell. There's the triple. The Raptors rebound. kicks it to Lowry. Pass to Powell, and stolen by Redick. Lowry against Paul, and they double up Paul. Johnson outside. The tray, and he gets it to go. And now a 6-point Clipper lead. And Redick has improved every phase of his game over every year, especially in the area of efficiency, shooting over 47% from the field last year. And Greg, that by far the highest in his career.
Yeah, and his mid-range jumper last year, just automatic. The turnovers per minute averaged also ridiculously low. It even improved as a defender.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers.
And what Patrick Patterson gives you guys is solid all-around play. He can help you in a lot of areas. High basketball IQ, high character, understands his role, knows his limitations, and stays within himself.
And going back to Patterson for just a moment, he's been lauded for his mature approach. Ever since high school in West Virginia, he was involved in a highly publicized recruiting battle between Florida and Kentucky, ultimately choosing the latter.
Yeah, and you know, the part of his game, Kevin, that he's really worked on is his ability to face up and shoot. Really starting to evolve into a guy that can space the floor, that space four. And when he's hitting that jumper at a high percentage, I think his value to the team goes up exponentially.
Rivers kicks to Aldridge. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Aldridge has got the lead up to 7 now for Los Angeles. Toronto's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. No good from Ross. And it's the Clippers' ball. They're on an 11-3 run right now. Back to Crawford. Puts up a 3. No luck. So the Raptors will take it the other way. 1:05 left here in the second. Here's Ross. Goes back up. Valanciunas. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Crawford against Ross. Here's Aldridge. An easy 2 points on the layup. Aldridge has got the lead back up to 7 now for the Clippers.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Clippers have gone 8 of 12 since the start of the second quarter. That's a really high percentage, hitting around 67%. And Green gets it to go.
And how about that? Responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little tay-to-tay going on right now. Back and forth. Here we go.
Carroll passes to Valanciunas. Crawford with the rebound.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for him.
And Jamari Carroll is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. Coming on the floor for your Clippers. Oh, miss.
Crawford drives in. Here's Pierce. And so we wrap up the first half. Clippers lead by 7. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin and Dwayne. A very tight game here. What's the #1 thing you need to do in the second half to try to get out ahead and break this thing open?
Well, #1 is we got to make sure we get in a defensive disposition. You know, right now we're kind of trading buckets. We're anticipating, putting them on the foul line. So we got to play from an anticipatory style of defense.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. Some incredible work in this one by Blake Griffin. He had 12 points and 1 assist. The first 2 quarters went very well for him. And let us get your thoughts, big fella, on the Clippers.
I don't think anyone expected to see such numbers from the bench. You know, I'm impressed. It was what they needed, the jolt they needed, Ernie. Wow, I never knew their bench. As a matter of fact, I don't even know any of their players coming off the bench. Man, keep going, bench guys.
Kenny, let's get your thoughts on the Raptors.
I look at the lack of free throw attempts as a key indicator. Because the funny thing about getting to the charity stripe, you have to earn it. You have to put your body in harm's way and be physically willing to take the hit. Right now, one team's playing aggressively and the other team isn't. That's the big difference.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
And now the third quarter about to get going.
Blake Griffin doing all sorts of things. He has 12 points and 1 assist.
Raptors trail by 7.
And the Raptors have been talking about changing things up in the logo department for a while. Finally, we get a chance to see the new logo this season.
Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. And it's Mbah a Moute in at the 3, the small forward. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
As you said, the Raptors with the new logo this year, Greg. Good-looking change, too, I think, Clark.
Yeah, I think it's subtle enough to not lose the continuity, but still feel fresh and new. I like that. That's a nice job of balancing the old with freshening up for the new.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That's foul number 2 for him. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Redick dishes to Paul. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Picked by Griffin. Here's Redick. Jordan. Great positioning on the putback. Jordan's got 4 points in the quarter.
Excellent work to turn that miss into 2 points on the tap in.
Hustle points, I believe they called them.
Yeah, and how great are his ball instincts there. Just having a knack, really the instincts to just get after it on the backboard.
And it's Paul penetrating. Griffin kicks to Paul. Biyombo with the block. And they get it back. And Griffin slams it in.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
They don't seem to have any answers for him. They need to review their game plan and look for a way to cool him off.
Powell, he's jacked in for DeMar Carroll. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. And an interesting byproduct of Blake Griffin extending his shooting range and his perimeter defense, Clark, his rebounding numbers have gone way down.
Well, it's hard to have it both ways, Kevin. I mean, the team needs him to keep working on his perimeter game, and if he's out on the perimeter, it makes it tougher for him to get rebounds inside.
Raptors trail by 12. Lowry passes to Scola. Lowry dishes to Scola. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. And the Clippers making a switch here. Green's checked in. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Paul kicks to Griffin. Fades back. And it's Toronto with the rebound. To the paint. Ball's knocked loose. Paul with the ball. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Here's DeRozan, and it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play him.
Valanciunas, he's checked in for Biyombo.
And really, the last few seasons, the Clippers have been one of the most consistently strong teams in the league. A far cry from when they were a bottom feeder back in the day. They have become one of the premier franchises in the NBA.
Raptors trail by 11. The feed to Scola. No good off the back of the rim. The Clippers have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Greg, as you said about the Clippers, the days of finishing near the bottom every year are over. Clark, a lot of that is Doc Rivers.
Exactly. Since 2012, Kevin, they've had the 3rd best record in the NBA. A lot of loyal fans stuck it out with the team during the dark days, and now they're reaping the fruit.
Powell dishes to DeRozan. Wasted no time on that one.
Assist goes to
DeRozan's got 13.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his games.
Los Angeles calls timeout. You know, you work hard all season, Greg, to try and get into the playoffs, then get a favorable first-round matchup. How about the Clippers last year? Followed those steps to reward with the first-round matchup against the defending champions of the league, the San Antonio Spurs.
And not only were the Spurs the defending champions, but they came in playing terrific basketball down the stretch, which is kind of what they are noted for. And the Clippers, though, did well, even though that was the case.
Paul Pierce is checked in for the Clippers. Crawford comes in for J.J. Redick. They grab their own miss, and Green gets it to go.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
During that break, Coach Rivers had some words for his team. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Blake Griffin. Coach asked him directly to take the reins of their offense. He wants him to have a huge impact at that end of the floor for the rest of this game. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Kev, it'll be interesting.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris.
at the line for 2.
And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Clippers?
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And how about the work they're doing also on the offensive glass? Creating those extra opportunities has been critical.
And he lobs it up toward the rim, takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Boy, the pass there floated up to the precise spot where it needed to be.
And no messing around in the finish, huh? He powers it through.
Sure didn't waste any time there.
And guys, that's an alley-oop I guarantee you we'll be seeing on the highlight reels for the next few days. Yeah, another turnover. The guys on the whole, I think they've done a great job of running their offense without too many miscues.
Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for the Clippers. Austin Rivers comes in for Chris Paul. And Toronto also making a switch. Carroll's checked in.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Rivers can't get it to go.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
The shot by Carroll, no good.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And Baamute's checked in for Cole Aldrich. Raptors trail by 17. Carroll for 3. The shot is off. Great D that time from Green. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
Ooh, tough layup with the guy right on him. He can be a hard player to handle at times.
Toronto shooting a pretty brutal 29% since the break. Joseph, the pass to Valanciunas. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
Clippers leading by 19 points. Now here's Rivers. He has 6. Crawford right side. Jordan kicks to Crawford. Crawford missing again. Well, through 3 quarters of play.
Attention, Staples Center, please.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the 4th quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. The Clippers shooting straight 49% from the field. So for Toronto right now, they've got Damari Carroll out there. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Scola. Then there's Lowry, and it's Joseph into the 2.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Here's Rivers. Lowry brings the double. Stolen by Joseph. It's 2-on-1. Moving it up. And Lowry gets it to go. Lowry's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Toronto. Los Angeles leading by 17. And there's the pass to Redick. He dishes it to Crawford. Off the pick. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
They just call him buckets, Jamal Crawford. His shot, a thing of beauty.
Here's Joseph. The long distance 3 is buried.
They've gotten a bunch of good looks and have been absolutely lethal from behind the three-point line.
Yeah, defensively, you have got to close out and contest. Even if it opens up some driving lanes, you can't give up those looks that often.
Redick with the bucket.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
DeAndre Jordan has been extremely productive over 7 years. That makes it even more unbelievable that there was some question, Clark, as to his commitment to basketball coming into the league.
Yeah, you know, on talent and athleticism alone, he would have been a top 10 pick for sure, but he slipped to the second round, and he's made good on it, though.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Crawford. And Paul subbed in for Austin Rivers. Paul dishes to Redick. Griffin passes to Jordan. No good. Good work defensively by Lowry.
And watching DeAndre Jordan, he's really refined his game over the years without losing the athleticism. He's that rubbery, long-limbed athlete that transcends age. And so far, I've seen zero drop-off in his leaping ability and quickness, but no question he's improved his skills and IQ.
And the basket by Scola.
That's a terrific sequence at both ends of the floor. They block the shot and recover it for the fast break finish.
And they double up Paul. Outside Jordan. Here's Redick. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Jordan's got 3 assists now in this one.
And talking about DeAndre Jordan, he is displaying an energy level that many scouts wondered if he had. Let's face it, he underachieved a bit in his 1 year in college. He knows that. But when it's come time to do it at the highest level, DeAndre has risen to the occasion.
And Damari Carroll is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Well, I'm sure you guys have heard this, that the nickname that has been given to Damari Carroll, the Junkyard Dog, I think it's apropos. Kid drafted out of Missouri back in the 2009 draft.
Yeah, and he actually had to show perseverance to hang around as he bounced around a bit. But I think he's found a home now.
That's good. And the Clippers lead by 20.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And Carroll, an energy player who's developed a reliable three-point stroke. I mean, he can also hurt you in transition. He's got terrific size and athleticism, and he also really knows how to play without the basketball.
He's perfect from the line this time.
And Carroll, by advanced stats, one of the most productive small forwards in our league. I mean, one thing I like, even as he's developed into a three-point threat, he still has an instinct for cutting to the rim off the ball when his defender turns his head. I mean, one of the things I think that allows his team to be so good is his understanding of how to play the game.
To the paint, Baamute with the steal. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. The drive by Jordan. Griffin kicks to Redick. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Raptors trail by 18. Three-pointer, Lowry. Shot's good.
It has been a three-point barrage for them since halftime.
Not sure if it's been by design or simply by accident, but either way, it has been impressive.
Lowry brings the double, and Redick kicks to Griffin. 7-foot shot, and the shot is good. Griffin's got 20 points.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Paul outside. And they double up Paul. Outside Jordan. It's stolen by Carroll. Biyombo, the pass to Lowry. No good from outside. Clippers leading by 17.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Los Angeles.
Mark, this was a physical game.
Yeah, but the awareness they had offensively to penetrate really was the difference.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Griffin. There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
The shot by Redick, no good.
And as far as jump shots go, that's what you have to continue to try and get.
I don't know how that one stayed out.
56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Paul against Lowry. Now here's Paul. Defense right on him. Jordan with a screen on Lowry. Throws it up high. And then Griffin with the dunk.
And just a terrific job of taking care of business in front of the home fans.
And Greg, those fans had a hand in the win. I mean, they gave this team a big lift throughout the game. I thought there was great energy in the building.
Griffin a screen on DeRozan. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Griffin dishes to Mba Amute. Off target from outside. Carroll kicks to Biyombo from past the arc. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Now Paul. And the foul called on Bismack Biyombo. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul. Substitution on the court.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. They poured it on tonight, Clark. A dominant show.
Thanks, Kevin.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated. And now let's present our Jordan player of the game, Blake Griffin, who notched his season high, and his scoring really seemed to set the tempo for his team tonight.
Is there anyone in the NBA who's more straight up scary than Blake Griffin? I don't think so. Big, strong, powerful, with the skills to match that athleticism. If you're a defender in the post and you see Blake Griffin coming down the lane, the only thing you think is,
and that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan,